Hey, what is up, people? Welcome back to Team Fortress TV. We are ending the season not too long from now. A little bit more time left to play. It's week 5 now in ETF2L, so it's getting crunch time here for most teams, making the playoff chances come true. It is going to be a good one tonight. We have Ascent.EU against KRITZBERG for defense. I'm not alone here. With me on production is Wiethoofd, and with me on the mic, it is not Steven.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me. Excited to watch this game today. We have Ascent.EU against KRITZBERG for defense. So should be an interesting one as we see Ascent obviously topping this leaderboard with their star-studded roster. 8 wins, 0 losses, but we see KRITZBERG down here in this 5th position, going 3 wins, 4 losses with 1 golden cap win in there as well. So they definitely have the chance to take some points off this team. We did see these face off in the Clash tournament earlier this weekend, where Ascent looked quite dominant, but maybe KRITZBERG struggling a little bit through that, through some of those playoff brackets might have not performed how they wanted, and definitely gonna want to play good here, DuMmTm.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're currently 5th in the tables right now, being able to perform pretty admirably against the rest of the teams below them in the tables right now, but that wasn't quite the case this weekend. They looked maybe not a lot weaker than normally, but just one step below, not able to perform, made a lower finish, but then they wanted to during the group stages and had a shaky first playoffs game as well here against Gremlins, a Div 1 team from Russia. So let's see if that's maybe just a blunder for them, or if they're able to step up to the task once more. If they want to step up and get ahead of the curve here, obviously getting a point of Ascent sounds nice. How likely that is a different story entirely. But even just making up a good fight here against the top team currently in our league might already be a decent way to get yourself be known here. So we'll see how that will go for them here. Ascent, obviously, we've seen them throughout the season already in the cup already. Strong looking roster for them all the way through here. Great performances for them the entire way through. And I mean, what can you say? It's a star-studded roster. They have all the experience and all the talent here that they need to win a season like this.
Yeah, as you were saying, absolutely star-studded. From the soldiers, with probably the most known E-soldier, captain, and alongside him, Pappy has been playing really well here these past couple of weeks.
They want to cut us short a little bit here. Let's just not too much forget about KRITZBERG as well here. The Polish roster starring Bivan as well, Paparazzi, Bivan, Vonshu, Bonker, Stan on Grabber. Various levels of experience on these rosters, but they've been around the block for the most part and certainly have made the stint towards the higher divisions before this season for sure. Between all of them going straight into the first map here, CP Sunshine it is, to start things off with for the day. Blue team is Red team will be KRITZBERG trying to play aggressive early, trying to force them back. Lucas going back down quite quickly here on the mid fight already. This might be good enough for them to try to play through. It's going to be some sack, but they're good enough for Ascent. Soldiers in the backlines picking off the red combo, and that is going to be the end of this midpoint.
Yeah, it was looking really nice there originally for KRITZBERG. They had so much aggression there. With the demo man, Stan, originally just got a nice early pick, and they got a nice pick onto Lucas, but those soldiers just came in behind, just picked off Grabber really fast, and then he couldn't really do anything, and then we just saw Classy playing far back, playing safe, making sure no one could bomb him in the meantime. Yeah, they just managed to keep the over advantage as they've taken second, and looks like they're wanting to push last already, DuMmTm.
Yeah, no reason to waste time here for Ascent. All they have is advantage, and they just want to get things going quickly. KRITZBERG is going to have a mad defense. Sniper NG is what they're trying to deal with this for now, as the pushes in with the Uber Lucas straight onto the gun, straight onto the demo man for that matter, taking them out pretty quickly here. The rest of them just all through left, trying to deny the combo from taking any space whatsoever. And while Bonkers is just trying to deal with Classy, who's still alive, mind you, after all of this, they're already deleted the entirety of the rest of the team, trying to run away from Lucas's Uber on the other side.
They really just couldn't do anything there. They tried to get a sentry up, they tried to get a sniper on the right-hand side, but really couldn't do anything there as, just walked through with Lucas with that Uber. He just deleted everything. Everything was there was no defense. That's kind of what you would expect there from that much of an Uber disadvantage, as we see the mid-fight come into fruition here, DuMmTm.
Yeah, let's see. Last time didn't start all too bad for KRITZBERG, but they couldn't just keep it together at the end, despite a good early demo kill. Lucas once again going weak incredibly early, but so is Stan. Both of them arrowed up once again. Not playing with fire too much here. Let's see if the Poles can fight back a little bit more this time around. Certainly trying to just rotate over to the blue Tetris here, but Stan gets stuck with Tiger in front of him. That is a nice early pick to have here, as Captain cleans up. Another one will go down for it, maybe, but this opens up opportunities, especially if Bonkers gets cleaned up quickly here. Lucas's pipe will end his life as well. this will be the end of the mid fight. Maybe not the end of Grabber here, maybe not the end of this fight on this round here.
Yeah, it just felt there that that was a bit of a fight with the soldiers up top. I saw Pappy going up there early, got so much spam onto the side of KRITZBERG. They just couldn't really do anything. Once they had a soldier up there, Pappy just was already out. And then we saw as soon as Pappy was out, Captain was back up. So that just really won them the mid, was rotating those soldiers through. KRITZBERG couldn't really do much, and then the damage, the chip shots just a bit overwhelming for them. Now they're back on last, but they did at least keep their medic alive on that mid. So that means we won't see that 100% roll coming through this time, DuMmTm, but they do look like they're peaking already.
Yeah, they don't want to just sit here in this dynamic, they want to be proactive about this. Not working out too well for Tiger. Gets taken down by the sniper. He's speaking of off classes as well. Vonshu immediately on Spy. Doesn't work too well just yet. Misses the stab. Will at least live for the time being. But it wouldn't surprise me either to see Tiger going that aggressive as the stalemate starts. Maybe also picking up the sniper rifle here to combat Bivon's attempt to snipe away here. Speaking of which, already going forward with this too. Trying to take some pot shots out of last year, but things will slow down once again, especially now that Tiger also has the rifle in hand.
Yeah, Bevan went for a little bit of an aggressive play there, but couldn't quite find anything. But backs out nice and safely. And now we will see this battle of the snipers, which will be interesting. But Pappy goes down to a nice pipe there by Stan, so that might slow them down a little bit, make them not peak. But you know, Ascent already one round up. They're not gonna be sending anyone in. They're not gonna be making any dumb plays here. They're quite happy to just to surround on this second. Classy is so far back ever, but we do see Wonju still on this spy. I don't think they know he's still on there. They're not really checking for him here, DuMmTm.
Yeah, you need to be careful about these things at some point here. The more little happens, the more obvious it might become, but on a last time made like this, it's not surprising to see the defending team take it very slow. So maybe this is time for Vonshu to strike here. Certainly will at least get one of them underway here. Maybe two all barely doesn't actually on the second one there. Puppy will live that just about, but they used the opportunity to just have Ivan go forward with this one. Well done between the sniper and the spy here for the Polish side. Almost got Tiger out of this whole aggression here as well. Barely living now in the sniper class, have to fall back. Not bad news for the sniper at least. Everyone moving forward slowly. Might just get him some shots in here.
Yeah, really unlucky there for Stan. He didn't manage to get that second shot onto the sniper. We see an Uber exchange here already, DuMmTm, on this second point.
Yeah, they're not trying to just sit here. They want to finally get off last, finally get the own aggression started, but Ascent can just use so much later. Bonkers in the backlands will barely miss the airshot. Bevan cleans up the kill onto Tiger for him, but both him and Stan going down is not exactly great news for the Polish side. Bomb through once again. They're just looking to get something of value here. Classy is so weak. Bevan will find the cleanup. Med kill is nice, but it's still a sketchy fight. Scout with the quick cleanup. Bevan on 3k out of this fight here, but it's still 2 up each, and one of those was never in the fight in the first place. That is Paparazzi sitting with the gun on last, trying to prevent the backup from happening. Ascent didn't think about this once here. Still, I mean, having the backline here for the gun is nice. As they're struggling to get some sacks going here towards Grabber at least.
Yeah, it looked like a sure loss on that second there. Originally, we saw Stan getting super caught out, and another player on KRITZBERG as well. And they looked like they were having to back out. They sent that bomb in and got Classy down to a sliver of health, and then just managed to finish him off and managed to save them a little bit on KRITZBERG. Obviously, they are still on this last point again. Still a slight ad for KRITZBERG, but I don't know if they want to push out from this, as Wonju just gets caught out straight away. They are taking this lobby area, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to do from it, as they're already just surrounding them. The noob, it does get popped here for Grabber.
Yeah, that was a sketchy moment. He might have not have an idea Lucas was behind him for the longest time there. Will pop out in time at least to live, but not for everyone to get out here. Stan still gets caught. At least helps get the kill onto Papi in the end, but still a little bit awkward for all parties involved. Tiger already way onto last, not trying to just let them get back in time. They want to get things going quickly. Doesn't exactly work for the scout there all too much. A little bit of an unfortunate death here as well. Papi Tiger will still spawn by the time they have advantage. However, need to take care of Vonshu in the backline. First of all, though, tries to circle around the tower, not go anywhere in the end, though they take him out well ahead of time here. And now the advantage finally is there with players up as well. And Thomas just taking 1v1 casually, gets the kill on Bevan here to get things going for a last push now.
Yeah, and that Uber will already be out. Straight onto Grabber, gets a nice pipe there. DuMmTm.
Ooh, nice little air shot for Papi as well, and a seeding shot as well to clean up the scout with that on top of things. Uber face, but 3 picks already makes the play towards point all easier, makes the play for the cleanup here on the rest of them all easier. Stand the next target as the scout just park himself at point and clean up what's coming their way. This will be a quick round for Ascent still, all things considered.
Yeah, there was nothing Grabber could really do there, especially with Lucas hitting pipes like that. It's a pretty sure round when you get that sort of Uber advantage and all your players are up Unless there's some huge mistakes from Ascent, you're probably going to take that. And, you know, Ascent does not make those mistakes that often.
Yeah, certainly not forced to take the mistakes just yet, just able to still more or less play their game. KRITZBERG cannot quite combat it just yet, trying to play aggro in the mid-fight, but Bonkers will get taken down very quickly. One down right away is never a good start here, as they're already way on the back of you right now, at the moment at least, trying just to live. Captain taking initiative against that as well. Bad damage comes in, Vonchu with the beam through for the counter-frag, but the damage has been done. As nice as that is a kill. The medic already down here, they're just staying around their own classy, will nice and easily stay alive here for the rest of the mid-fight, and all that's left to defend things with is Stan right now. He's getting bombed already.
Yeah, Stan is going to go down there to Tomas. He really thought he was going to live there, but I think the big thing about that mid was Bonkers just got absolutely deleted by Lucas. Hit two stickies straight up there into that church area, and he just had no chance. And then the rest of KRITZBERG just couldn't do anything, but it looks like they're already taking this Uber in here, DuMmTm.
Yeah, they're just straight into this moment, taking advantage and taking the fight right away here. They want to grab this up quickly, and the Uber cleanup is just great. Able to actually, last time we seen the Uber last push, they had to play this a little bit safer here, push in deep, get the gun, and then have the rest of the team push through the flank to try to get the combo stuck. But they just went deep with the Uber and had everyone go over point here to just chase them down the entire way. Very quick one once again for Ascent. They're not looking to make anyone here look any better than they are. It seems they want to make a statement that they are the best still.
Yeah, and but I was gonna say maybe we'll see some funny stuff coming out here. They lost these rounds, and we do as Grabber is on the sticky jumper, and along with Bonkers managed to get the pick on Lucas early. It's actually the meme play coming out quite well, as yeah, KRITZBERG is so deep on this mid already, and Ascent is already out to second, DuMmTm.
Yeah, that's surprising. Worked pretty well. Stan trying to flank Demo there for a second. Captain preempts him though. He might be on a jumper, but Captain is a jumper himself in the flash, so that works out pretty well for the blue team here. As they're trying to rush this through choke, maybe a little bit too early here off of the distraction. Will not turn enough heads here. They're just getting shut down and choke one by one. Bonkers, maybe B1 as well, following suit in the spawn queue here for the rest of the team. Like you said, they tried to have a little bit of fun here to try to get something going for a change, but I mean, it didn't start so too badly, but Ascent still too consistent to really let those funny plays happen to work out too much.
Yeah, so we did see that mid going to KRITZBERG there early on, but yeah, Ascent just backed out as soon as they lost Lucas. They were already back to second, and they were just waiting for that mistake to happen. That came in the form of a Bonkers bomb getting denied, and we saw Stan going behind, but we see this Uber coming to last for Ascent, DuMmTm. Again, it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah,
just very consistent performance by Ascent, going deep once again and straight on point with that as well, not wasting any time. Getting all the kills first of all here, just getting the cap time while no one can block it, busy defending from this Uber. And very clean one for Ascent once more here. They're not playing around, they want to get this one going. KRITZBERG might try to have fun here, but that more than anything just a matter of showing that Ascent doesn't let these guys have any hope at all.
Yeah, they didn't want to play with their prey that time. They just got straight to point. They knew they'd be rotating through spawn, so they were like, you know what, we're just going to get both our scouts on point. It's a surefire way to get around when you just don't have any demo man stickers. But we see this mid a little bit slower this time, DuMmTm.
Yeah, which is surprising. They have a demo jumper on the server. You'd assume they'd go a little bit deeper, a little bit quicker here. For the time being, it's just some nice shots coming all around, but mostly for Ascent here. Lucas with the cleanup onto Bonkers as well, with wrapping up Papi, trying to chase deep through choke, denied a little bit by the demo man there, but has the backup to boot as well. Tiger just walks over one of them, cleaned up at least by V1. Papi ditched, he was weak. Lucas, however, tried to go deep as well. That didn't work out too well for the demo man there. Cleaned up by Vonchu. Yeah, once again, they're trying to have the funny things work, but I mean, it's too little too late for that, I think, at this point.
Yeah, losing Lucas there, though, should give KRITZBERG a bit of a chance here as they are pushing through this cafe area, popping the Uber, DuMmTm.
Yeah, they just have the first Uber in a little while, so they're trying to make the most of it for us now. Classy doesn't quite have and won't quite have in time either. Shut down there on 97. This is good news for the Poles if they want to get anything on the board here for their own logs to make themselves feel better. That sure is a way to do it. 3 down right now. Tiger still winning 1v1s, as you would maybe expect him to. Grab us all alone and choke of that. Finally the scouts back, but not in time. Will go down to the scatter gun of the British scout here.
Yeah, destruction by Tiger there. Pretty much single-handedly saved that for them. That was looking, you know, surefire for KRITZBERG to at least get that second there. Really good by them to just use that slim advantage. I don't even think they knew they had there, but they instantly got onto Classy. I think they were just looking for that force. So they find the 97 death. But we already see Ascent coming into mid here, DuMmTm. They're ready to take it back, but it does look like KRITZBERG's already going to be out.
They at least have a sniper here trying to take some pot shots against them, which funnily enough is Grabber. They realized, well, not even the Ubers really saved us, even though it did kill the medic, so Grabber onto damage class now to try to just get something going here for the end of the game, but certainly with the medic off the server for the time being, they will probably just realize that this map is more than over at this point.
Yeah, I think this is it for KRITZBERG. I think, you know, that sticky jumper play, even though it worked, I think that was kind of a sign of things to come. They know this is the, you know, the #1 seeded team, the team expected to win here. So maybe just having a little bit of fun with it. You know, why can't Grabber pull out the sniper? What difference is it really going to make here when, you know, Class is coming up on this 100% Uber and they're looking to push last? They do get 2 little picks here, though, onto Lucas and Thomas while I was talking there, though, DuMmTm.
Oh, Tiger just walks into the entire combo, gets the Devil Man with it as well, Poppy with the Evo towards point. They haven't used just yet. Grabber so far from having no source will save him from that one here. As the push with Evo finally pop that one out as well, and they're just wrapping up what's in front of them. And that will be the game right there. Very quick one for Ascent. Not a surprising win for them, but the magnitude of the win here is still very much worth noting, I suppose.
Yeah, what was that? 13.5 minute 5-0. That's not something they're going to complain about there particularly.
Yeah, and we had some discussion over the weekend as well about the format of cups and how the top teams will not have too many close games if they're forced to play in the lower seeded brackets. But even within the top bracket here, which both of these teams were during the DreamHack Cup last weekend, there is still sometimes just that big of a skill difference here. Ascent certainly making that one very aware to everyone that might not have been paying attention too much about who the power levels are favoring so far this season. Even if you have to live on a rock for that, I suppose. Certainly just showing, even in Premiership, we are still that much better than the rest of them.
Yeah, a very dominant performance here, and I think the logs show about the same here, DuMmTm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't look all too pretty for KRITZBERG, which is unfortunate. Obviously, you would hopefully believe, at least going into this, that you have a chance to get something going here against a team as good as this. And if that's not the case, it's not a big deal, at least at the end of the day. But they're not going to be happy about it necessarily either by any means.
Yeah, we do see a bit of a shining light in Bevan going 13-12, the only positive player on the side of KRITZBERG. Actually performing similarly to the top scorers here of sorry.
Of Ascent. Yeah, he was just
taking
1v1s left and right, trying to make the most of the situation here in a game as unfortunate for them as this one here. It is what it is at the end of the day for them on the side of KRITZBERG. It's, like I said, not the end of the world for them to not get points out of this match here. Playoffs is not impossible to reach here, but certainly not getting points out of the surefire teams in playoffs right now is not going to help your chances either.
No, that's definitely scary, especially if you are looking into playoffs. You know you have to face these teams, and you're still getting 5-0 this late onto the season. It's gonna be scary for you. No matter what there.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough season for them from here out anyway. They have Ascent, Swift, and Bus Crew. And at the very least, they need points out of Bus Crew and hope they don't have just clean wins from here out on Bus Crew as well if they want to have any chances left as well, mind you. So it's going to be tough for KRITZBERG either way if they still have any chances on playoffs after week 6, mind you, that is. Swift certainly not something to scoff at as well. As the 4th place team in the DreamHack Cup, if you did not see the 3rd place decider match, they did end up losing that one.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a game though. I do want to talk about the medics here though, DuMmTm, while we still have the logs up. Oh, as I say that, they go.
I mean, that can be changed very quickly, but I mean, I imagine one thing that's standing out is obviously the death difference, which with this scoreline not surprising, I suppose.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Class C 2 deaths, obviously a bit new to this class, obviously, and again, with this star-studded roster, he's got a very good team behind him. But yeah, only one of those deaths I think was, you know, that 97%.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say call it a drop, but close to Uber drop, and could have been, yeah, so much closer. I think that's what they really excel at here on Ascent, is just knowing exactly engage on these teams. Whereas KRITZBERG sometimes has these scrappy fights that don't quite go their way. They just maybe struggle to play that slower feel. But that might help here on Granary, where we do see the soldiers being very dominant on the mid. So, you know, the aggressive soldiers here from KRITZBERG might at least pick up some meds. But again, Pappy and Captain doing well on this game will probably do the exact same thing straight back to them.
Well, certainly. We've seen quite a bit of sunshine, however, out of Ascent already in the Cup last weekend. Certainly a map that they seem to like quite a bit, despite previous stories about Lucas not liking the map in the past year or so. Maybe still persisting. They certainly are performing really well on the map so far. I believe picking it quite a bit as well. Granary might be a different story. Like you mentioned, it will change the pace quite a bit, even with a roster as good as theirs. You can still have your weak maps. If that will be enough to bridge the distance here between these two teams, a different discussion entirely, but maybe just enough to make this be a little bit more of a respectable performance by KRITZBERG, a veteran team with people that played for quite a long time. Certainly, the older map might be a little bit more favorable for them here.
Yeah. What do you think the scoreline might possibly be, DuMmTm? Do you think?
I mean, after such a performance by Ascent, it's hard to imagine them letting them take like any fun ground on this map whatsoever to play around with. Also, maybe the mid fights, obviously, but after that, it's going to be hard to imagine Ascent really letting them have their game be played the way they wanted to and just demand the pace of the game at any other point, basically. So 5-0 isn't out of the question at all, but I want to hope KRITZBERG puts up a little bit more of a fight, a little bit longer than last map.
Yeah, definitely. We might want to see that. Putting a lot more, but we do see some funny stuff going off in chat here. DuMmTm, they're talking about maybe having an off-class game here. KRITZBERG maybe throwing in the towel a little bit, or maybe thinking they can, they can change some things up as we are going into the first round here. Though already.
I don't know about you, but I just see Ascent talk about their dinner here before we go into map 2 of the evening. It is CP Granary now against for Ascent, sorry. And KRITZBERG against one another here. First map, dominatingly going to the side of Ascent. Maybe they can wrap this up quickly, get their food ready. The moment this game is over here for now, into the first mid-fight, both teams rolling out to try to see if someone can go in quickly. But with Grabber on Soldier, that might be a whole different game here.
Yeah, Grabber went in deep there. Couldn't quite find the last connecting rocket onto Classy, but the same cannot be said about Tiger, who just goes in deep. The prowess of this man on multiple classes does not surprise me that, that mid just kind of clutched back by him. But we see this 1v1 going on against Pappy and Wonju here.
Yeah, at least it's still the 2 soldier mains remaining on the server right now, having the 1v1. No one wants to take the fight with the melee weapon. Pappy has a speed advantage. They don't know how to fight it, but Pappy gets the kill, turns around BM, and then gets the kill out anyway. That is
the mind games by this man. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna fake my runaway. No, I'm going to come straight back in. And I mean, that's kind of what works with the soldier fight and the melee. You kind of want to go in first and surprise your enemy off a little bit. And I think that's just what happened in that funny fight. But we have the respect coming up from Pappy towards Wonju for taking that.
Alright, here's the real discussion, however. Is it a fair trade to put Tiger on soldier when you put Grab on soldier as well? A very good discussion, I think, for the chat to take here. As Ascent do have the crit streak coming out here, at least if they're feeling confident, might as well try out some things here as well. The Beams, who doesn't quite connect there for Wonju, will not get that kill, but Diva will be forced with it one way or another. Trying to maybe chase with this into mid if they can help it, but it's looking dire. Grabber tries to get in deep, gets good damage on the medic, but no one's there in time to clean up. At least they get Lucas with this, try to get it to mid, but it's just him getting taken over. P1 left alone on mid at this point, and that's not going to cut it for KRITZBERG even at the end of this.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for Chris, but that was a super clutch Uber pop there for Bonkers. He just got that as that rocket came in, but they were kind of trading people, and then they were a bit unsure if they wanted to go through that choke. They just kind of lost people. They at least got Lucas, but this isn't looking good for this second holders. Ascent is already in this yard area looking to take second early, DuMmTm.
Alright, Ascent has been put an ultimatum. Console says this reservation will end in less than 10 minutes. This is now a challenge run for them.
Yeah, we also see them taking second here on Ascent. Captain goes down, but we see Grabber and Wonju going down. He will at least spawn for this last defense, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lucas just taking this full crits creek straight into last, but they're going to be met by a sniper of Beaven on the right-hand side as Lucas sees him and just jumps back out.
Well, both Ubers being used here. The Crits obviously struggling to get much damage going against this Uber push here with Paparazzi fall into the second area, at least already cleaning up quite a bit. Captain still gets one kill here on the Scout class. Mind you, this man played some Scout before. It's not like he's all new to this class either, even if he didn't play a ton of it in the past.
Yeah, it's KRITZBERG allowed to get out at least a little bit. We did see Lucas trying to go for that sniper onto last, and he couldn't quite find the last pipe onto him, and then kind of just fed from then on. And we see some kill trades going on, but still great positioning from Ascent here. in this yard area. They do have a sniper of Thomas, so probably going to be looking for a cheeky pick from him. But KRITZBERG far, far back. They do not want this to happen. But they didn't actually cap the point here, DuMmTm. They've just kind of left it. They didn't even decide to get a little scout on the very edge there.
Stan tries to still fight it here as the Crits come in, baited onto the Devilman, but that's a quick kill to get here. Grabber down already, so I want to snipe on the sidelines there as well. Just 3 alive, but the sniper will get classy quite quickly. They're still outnumbered though. If Ascent's quick, they might be able to wrap this up. Beaver hitting all these shots though makes this a whole lot harder for them.
Beaver hit that fucking air shot, and I cannot believe it. That was beautiful by him. He has maybe saved this a little bit as Captain feeds in. I think Ascent playing very messy here after losing Classy, just trying to get a last-ditch effort to that point. They know that KRITZBERG is going to be straight onto this second and just going to be able to overwhelm them with hills here. But Bonkers actually did go down during that, so it's not going to be any sort of disadvantage by them. We'll see what Mediguns they want to come back up on.
This reservation will end in less than 9 minutes. This is a warning. This is the final threat for Ascent to make something happen here. Or KRITZBERG will draw this by server dying. That certainly would be a first for me. I would imagine they're smart enough to change it at some point here. We'll see, I guess. For now, it's still just the Bevan show, it seems, as much as Ascent wants to have the fun here. Bevan kind of says no to any and all of this. Grab with some nice shots here, actually, as well, coming out eventually to help defend the medic as well.
Yeah, Bevan hitting absolutely everything today. Kind of clutch with these headshots. As we did see a couple of Ascent players just trying to go in, clean up some damage. Knew the Uber wasn't gonna be out, so they weren't gonna get cleaned up. But, you know, yeah, Grabber, you know, the medic here for KRITZBERG originally just managed to get some good kills, but the Crits does come out to Captain as he picks up 1 here, 2 DuMmTm.
Well, they might be KRITZBERG for the fans, but they're still dying to the Crits quite a bit here. At least the medic is the 1 kill they get out of all of this. That's the one you really want to see here, but not much alive. Bonkers and Bonshu just waiting on second, but they should have been much further back against all of Ascent, feeding forward for a good reason, getting these kills very quickly here to not just defend mid, but probably also get second out of this.
Yeah, that medic did not last much longer after that. It did look good. He was in a decent position to get out. He even had a soldier, but, you know, Ascent had his number. They were coming straight for him. So they will now be put back onto last a little bit here at DuMmTm. We do see the Wonju spy again, the Bevan sniper, and the paparazzi engineer. So maybe taking this a little more seriously, getting these off classes for last could really help them. We did see Wonju manage to get 1 pick before going on this spy from last to second, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know if he'll be able to do the same here. This map is quite difficult, but we see him hiding here on this upper second. Seeing if he can scope out a medic or a demo pick, he'd be quite happy with either, but Ascent, looking like they maybe want to use him through this left side, DuMmTm.
Alright, Classy did figure out how to extend the server, so emergency has been called off here as the Crits comes in, but Wonshu with the stab immediately finds the medic as the Crits come out. They're just trying to make the most of this at this point, but it's running into a wall here with the gun up as well on top of all this.
Yeah, I have to say, I think this, actually the fight's
oh no,
going, and actually just get off the point there. Thomas just manages to cap that for free, as that's our first round finally, DuMmTm. That did not feel like it was just 7 minutes.
Yeah, that was a lot of things happening there. I don't know who's to criticize more here out of their performance right now. Is it Captain Scout or Tiger Soldier? The fact that this is so much closer now. You take your pick, I guess, for who you think is to blame here. Or certainly, maybe much more so, the general attitude toward this game right now, as they're both taking it a little bit easy. KRITZBERG trying to take this towards mids once again with the rollout we've seen before here.
Yeah, we will see Ascent taking this high ground super early. We kind of saw a bit of bullying there by Stan, but he goes in deep, tries to go for the med of Classy, but can't quite find it. KRITZBERG kind of stuck on this left-hand side. Not much space for their med to move around.
Alright, nice fight by Lucas. That actually hits everybody. It still goes down anyway, but that does not matter when the rest of the team is with him on that one to clean up the bombing players onto himself, to clean up everything in total here. Bevan, the last casualty once again. Feels like Bevan is the last bastion of hope for the Polish team right now to try to fight through any fight they have here, and Sniper for that matter too, in the past few minutes. But in the end, Ascent will still come out on top out of this fight once again. Fight even somebody in Lunchbox. Trevor trying to preempt them there a second too late to drop down on the medic and get a funny kill going. So the Crits will once again make its way towards last slowly but surely here.
Yeah, we'll see if they want to go for this spy play again, but I feel like Ascent might be expecting it. They do take down Wonju and Stan down there earlier, so Crits come straight out DuMmTm.
To see the Sniper not hitting the shots just yet, neither does Bonkers with the arrows here get much of any damage going. Stan and Vonshu still both in the spawn queue right now. Ascent, however, with the crits struggling a bit getting past this gun. The spam will eventually claim its victim. Paparazzi had to obviously go down here early for that to happen still, but either way, the second cap is being contested as the last point already happens, but Grabber cannot do much about that one in the backlines here, with the point getting capped on last year.
Yeah, that sentry actually did a surprising amount. It even took the medic trying to crossbow it for it to go down. That is obviously a very strong position. If you do come from that right side and you don't really have anyone that can take it down, that's actually a very good sentry. It did give them a little bit of time, but they just couldn't get any respawners really up for KRITZBERG. And as you said, Grabber was going for that back cap, but it was not going to happen with that one time. As we do see Stan rolling out on the coveted sticky jumper again. It worked well the first time, but not so well that time, as he just kind of skyboxed himself a little bit.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be, but maybe the second time around will be the charm. Nope, still not finding quite much of any success either. Trying to somehow make these bombs work, but for the moment it's just partly the backlines making things work for himself. Gets a quick kill onto B1 here, while everyone else is still struggling to get in. Vonshu trying to snipe people down with DH as well, but even the good long distance damage isn't going to be much if no one plays off it. Stan certainly sniping a lot better than him right now, getting one already on the board. Paparazzi falls to his death. Yes, the crit finally comes out. Ascent just taking advantage of the slow mid-fight, deleting Stan. Medic incredibly weak as well. Vonshu missing his DH, and that is just enough damage for Ascent to wrap up this midpoint here.
Yeah, Ascent there. They were quite happy to play that mid quite slow. They just kind of denied the bombs there from Stan. He maybe got one pick onto that scout. Couldn't really do anything more than that. They're just getting denied by the scouts, and the Ascent was quite happy. Play it slow, just build that crits ad, and just use straight into them, and it works out well for them, and they just collapse onto KRITZBERG, and they lose absolutely everything there, unfortunately.
You know who's gonna like this game the least actually right now? I just had a realization. Our stats people are gonna hate this game. Grabber's DPM on Medic will be off the charts after this game.
He's gonna be looking a little bit better on that KD here.
To be fair, his KD is probably already the best in Prem anyway, regardless of that. Now it's just even more so.
But we do see Ascent taking this lunchbox area a little bit here.
They're taking a peek here, but Grabber once again not having the timing to get much of anything going there towards lunchbox. Vonshu also waiting in the back, and so trying to maybe pin some people. Grabber's too weak to help out the other soldier there with this plan right now.
Yeah, they do take down Lucas early there, so this is going to probably be Ascent backing up at least a little bit for the moment here.
He had that in the back if that was the normal rocket launcher. Any two rockets would have done, but he beefed the DH shot onto the medic. The crit still gets panic popped to try to cut the losses here at least, but he's barely doing enough right now for the side of Sand. Maybe just will about those Sand really weak. That's a quick cleanup, and that will actually be enough for them in the end here.
Yeah, that panic pop didn't seem too bad in the end. It did get that one pick that they needed, and then it kind of spiraled for them, but we do see the Uber popped here from KRITZBERG. They're going to be straight onto Captain and Classy here. But they're still two behind on the side of Ascend. We see Tiger on last.
Alright, Lucas with the Demo Knight able to get some kills going here. The Swords have to come out, but they're not connecting for Classy. In the end, Vivan will once again get the kill on the medic here. Both mats down right now. Grabber finds Lonely Tiger on Lunchbox as well. If he keeps popping up into Lunchbox, at some point someone's going to be there. We'll find the kill with that. KRITZBERG able to defuse the situation a little bit here, but certainly with how it's been going right now, I don't know how much that means.
Yeah, we do also see the Thomas Huntsman Sniper here. The real Chad move is to pull out the Huntsman Sniper. It does just feel like the only one trying on this server still is Beaver, trying his little heart off to try to get something to work, but everyone else kind of trolling at least a little bit here from
if you can't win, might as well make the log as good as possible, right? That's probably what B1's mind is all about right now. As much as it's a little bit of a struggling battle right now to take here against the Might of Ascent, even with them off-classing a little bit. They're still really good at the game. Hot take, I suppose, on that one, but certainly, I mean, they're still 2 up right now, and certainly also not slowing down just yet either, already straight through. Garachi trying to get something going, but it's really just Lucas in deep of the Demo Knight loader can't go anywhere really just yet either, but the crits actually gets popped in the chaos of all that.
Yeah, they're just sending people behind here on the side of Ascent constantly. There's just people in front, behind, and KRITZBERG, even on the best day, I don't think could deal with this super well. The super flank heavy playstyle that Ascent is pulling out these off classes working well for them, as they're just winning every DM fight, just kritzing as they do win a 3rd round here. DuMmTm looking, yeah, still quite dominant, even with these off classes.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. These guys are just good at the game sometimes. That is transcending your class a little bit. Even if it's taking its fair bit more time right now, it will still work out in the end for them. Sniping to granary mid is something I've not seen in a hot minute. I can't say never, unfortunately enough, but it's been a minute since I've seen that strat come out.
Yeah, we do see the sticky jumper here on Lucas, so we'll see what he wants to do a little bit different to
well.
Stan. It's apparently die is the difference here, DuMmTm.
Well, that did not work out too well for the track Demoman here. They're trying to at least also send someone in the backline, see what flanks. Then Paparazzi immediately denied, or nothing happening out of this one here.
KRITZBERG looking a little more dominant now that they, you know, they have this nice Demoman pick, but struggling to pick up Tiger here still, as Grabber is just getting juggled in the air by Pappy. Not looking great for him.
Alright, Chris coming out, and that will finally wrap things up towards Ascent's favor. It's just the medic stuck on the onside B1, unable to frag much more on this mid fight as well, going down here late. So does Bonkers as well at the end of all this. It's just the Demoman left on mid. It's going to be the Demoman DM fight here, and certainly Lucas will win that one without hitting it direct, because his rollers and Pappy's rockets will just about do enough damage. Ooh, the Huntsman kill as well for Thomas, but takes the 1v1 with the scout and wins it. Unlucky. Alright, Captain will wrap up this midpoint here. It will be mid finally over in the favor of Ascent. Quick sniper for B1 here. This man has not quite given up the fight just yet. Alright, ooh, another snipe for Thomas too. This is not looking too pretty for them here on this point just yet for Ascent. They're trying to still take it. They'll still get some clean grab in the backline, so it wraps up the fight here. Maybe just enough. Cap actually just gets another kill, though. That's too slow to get the kill on him.
Yeah, we see the heavy coming out here now for KRITZBERG. They tried to bring it into second, but scared by this crits of Lucas, as it is the hybrid die, I believe. Just not much he can do. Oh no, he's still on the sticky jumper, sorry.
Lucas just forces them to point though. Someone has to get some kills going here. Vonchu with the Demo Knight will charge in for B1 to clean up the frag. Gets the snipe going towards Lucas here. That will not just be the solo Demo Knight cap for him. I mean, I guess it's a worthwhile idea. You die so much slower against everything but the things he's been hit by, hit scan and melee weapons.
I have to say, I'm super impressed by this Beaver and Sniper this game.
Beaver
on the losing team, he's looking like a bit of a shining star here.
Beaver has not given up just yet. He wants his log to be good for sure. As much as it's not working enough to change the outcome of the game too much here. At least Sense still running into a wall here right now. Captain fighting back. Lucas on point. It might be enough because they're fighting all the way on Shutter here.
Yeah, KRITZBERG tried to go behind for, you know, the merry-go-round play. Didn't really look like it was going to work for them, as you know, Ascent was on their last. It looked kind of doomed from the start of that fight. Still took a little longer than expected, but yeah, no, this game it's kind of devolved into to memes a little bit. We see Wonju on demo, and yeah, all sorts. I think every single player on KRITZBERG is now fully off-classing, whereas, you know, we still see a couple of main classes here on Ascent. Except Beaver, yeah.
Beaver is the only one who's still main classing here on the side of KRITZBERG. Trying to still play the game a little bit at least. Anyway, bomb comes through for Grabber, trying to go deep, trying to turn some heads maybe. As much as the Outclassing is still trying to do something here on the mid fight at least, but they're just letting them jump into choke on Ascent and clean them up for it immediately as well.
Yeah, Lucas fed in early, kind of gave KRITZBERG a little bit of false hope there, as no, Ascent was just sat in that choke area, knew they were just going to jump. Wonju did the exact same move and tried to jump into choke.
The Uber comes back to mid though, they're just going straight back in here. Let's see if this works. The crits obviously can't do much against this right now, and it's all the way onto choke as well, so it's not going to cut the people on mid. Sand cleans up Captain, but not much more than that. The Airshot's trying to hit with Bonkers, but the fall damage was claimed the kill here in the end. Headshot by Thomas of the B1-2 to wrap things up. That would be Ascent taking the win on this fight here.
Yeah, the two-player Uber on the Demo Man main was not looking too great from the start, unfortunately there. Good from Ascent there to be able to just kite it out. They did have to use the crits of their own, so at least going to slow them down a little bit into this last point. Maybe KRITZBERG takes it a little more seriously.
Why is Thomas actually the best SMG player of all time? When did this happen? Did I miss something? Like, he's just been hitting everything with the SMG of all things. He's playing Sniper. He might as well just be Pistol Scout.
He's a tracking god. He's been working on his aim trainers.
The new generation of quad pistol is Thomas SMG, I guess.
It might seem so, but we see this back cap from Ascent coming out already as Classy has the full crits. They do take it straight onto Pappy as he gets 2 kills here. Looks like they're going to want to be taking this second point, contested a little bit by Paparazzi, but that is no match for a fully buffed up Pappy. It's Classy sent to second cap by himself as
Grabber with the hiding strat. If this works and actually kills a bunch of people, he's insane. Oh, never mind. He pops back out right in front of the sniper. SMG god Thomas himself will live there. Calls for backup as well. Lucas charges back in time. Suddenly, Demo Knight doesn't sound so dumb anymore. Does it now? Checkmate. Demo Knight haters.
obviously the strongest class in the game, as we do now just see Ascent rolling it into last. There's not much more hope here for KRITZBERG, as they're just outmanned, outgunned, and that will be a 5-0 here, DuMmTm.
Alright, the broke opinion would be to say this was not worth watching, because nothing of value happened. However, the woke opinion here is that it was really funny, and I'm glad I was watching this tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is. And if you wanted some serious play, you had Bevan, okay? You can at least say that. You can't fault us for it being a meme game when Bevan was fully trying that whole game.
That man just wanted to see everything that no one else did on any side of this match here. Almost a little bit sad, but hey, that is the match right here. Unsurprisingly, Ascent will take the win. Interesting turn of events led us here, I suppose. Certainly this is not the end of the week though, and certainly there will be some closer matches coming up for you quite soon. The rest of the week we'll have 3 matches, one of which arguably rescheduled to next week. Situation pending. Kuno gave us the heads up, hey, this is Monday, and then 5 minutes later he was, hey, this is Tuesday. And then he was, hey, I don't know when this is happening, but it's not tomorrow. So we don't know when Swift Busker is happening, but we know for sure Elvin and the Britmonks against new team. Speaking of the lower division, or not the lower division, the lower table teams in Premiership, will be facing off against each other tomorrow. That should be the TFTV1 game, unless Kuno decides to reschedule back to Thursday once again. And Feint against Global Clan on TFTV2 as well here, which, I mean, it's not unreasonable to assume this won't quite be all too far away from as close as this one here just was, but maybe Global Clan with the roster change can finally start putting up a fight here. Certainly will need to if they don't want to sit at the bottom of the table much longer with their 1 point here.
Yeah, they are going to be hoping to pick up at least a couple of wins. They have that golden cap loss, that one pity point. They won't go down the season as a 0 point heroes at least, but at least one map win they want to see. But this week is a good one for it. I feel a lot of teams are not really good at Granary.
It can happen, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unconventional map that some teams really struggle on, and some teams just really excel at. So there's definitely a chance to see some upsets on this map. Yeah, DuMmTm, I think that's about it for this game. The logs say it all, as it popped up for a second.
I feel like our stats team are going to have a long debate about if they want to use this one for the numbers or not at the end of the day here. Maybe they're just going to use B1s and no one else's.
Well, Pappy was a scummy man and main class the whole game, and top fragged the server, and top damaged, I believe, as well. So I'm not quite surprised that if he doesn't have super inflated stats from that game.
Well, this was a nice short little break from reality, but with that, tomorrow is going to be back into tryhard mode for teams here, as probably everyone wants to get the points. Feint is still having to catch up with Ascent quite a bit here to get towards the top of the table. Evan and Britmonks and new team are in direct competition to escape the bottom seeds as much as they can here, with I believe 3 points each, both of them getting 3 out of KRITZBERG, ironically enough, here today, who we've seen. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see you guys tomorrow on TFTV1 and 2 at the same time as always.